So now the first exercise, once we have the cuff in the right place where the stabilizer bladder underneath the spine, is going to be simply learning to breathe in and out without having any changes in the cuff. So I have Michelle having the stabilizer underneath her lower back. She's pumped the cuff up to 40, which is the recommended starting point. Now, as she's holding on to the dial with both hands straight over her face, all I'm going to have her do is to belly breathe. So she's going to take a deep breath in her stomach, and as you see her breathe, we're going to see the belly rise. And as she exhales, just exhale completely normally. And as you do so, we shouldn't see much of a fluctuation at all from 40. So some people, when they breathe in and out of the stomach, or attempt to anyway, we're going to see fluctuations happening in the dial. So the dial will go above 40 or below. So just this first part, we want to make sure that you can breathe in and out of the stomach, which a lot of people have a challenge doing. We see more of the rib cage breathing or in the upper chest. So when you breathe in, make sure you're breathing in and out of the stomach, and you can do so without any changes in the cuff. So she should be dead on 40, and it shouldn't be much effort hardly at all. Now when you're ready, and you've done that portion, giving yourself anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths, we can begin the first part of the exercise. So, as she's breathing, she's going to maintain the mark 40 on the stabilizer dial. And what I'm going to ask her to do is to take this leg and to slide it out until the leg is almost straight, so there's still a slight bend in the knee. As she gets down there, she's going to, her job is to hold that dial right on 40. She's not allowed to let it go any higher than +5 or -5 from the 40. So what this means is she's going to have to use and engage her abdominal muscles against the weight of the leg to keep that dial still. So she's going to go ahead and hold it on 40, and as she breathes in, controlling the breathing naturally, she's going to slide her leg so her heel just slides across the floor until the leg is almost straight, so she's got a slight bend, and then bringing it back up again to the starting point without the needle moving very much from 40. When she completes that leg, she's going to do the opposite leg now. Breathing normally, this should be a low-intensity exercise, and completing and alternating back and forth. Now, you'll know if this is a challenging exercise for you or not if you're struggling to hold that dial ±5 from 40, or if you find yourself holding your breath. If you're holding your breath, trying to keep that dial where it is when you're moving the legs, you know that the exercise is sufficiently challenging you. So at that point, you would continue doing this drill until you get good at it, and then you can progress to the next one. So the other thing to pay attention to is the type of floor that you're doing this on. Of course, doing it on a carpet is a little bit more challenging than doing it, for example, on a tile floor or a linoleum floor, because your heel is going to slide much easier. Avoid keeping the leg or the heel off the ground and moving it in and out, because that makes the leg much heavier. So you do want to make sure that the heel is in contact with the ground when you're sliding it in and out. Makes the exercise much easier for a good introduction to this exercise. So that's the first one. Once you've mastered this, then you're ready to move on to the next one.